Running PMax campaigns, but not sure do you have all settings best practice? PMax changed in last 2 years more than 5 different times. The last changes like search terms, like possibility of working with negative keywords, updating of audience signals. Check our video and I will show you how to deal with current mistakes, how avoid them, and how have more profitable campaigns that you used to have. My name is Nick and I run Google Ads campaigns since 2016 and Bing Ads campaigns since 2018. So yep, a lot time ago when was no PMax campaigns, no shopping campaigns, when cost per leads were cheaper, when grass was greener. But currently we are talking about performance max. So we will discuss about general advantages, disadvantages, some best practice, about search terms, about negative keywords, about segmentation mistakes, about PMax for services campaigns, about Google Merchant Center recommendations, about time framing, because sometimes customers launch campaign too quick and bigger quantities than should be, or pause not with collecting exact enough data for understanding is it profitable or not. Also, couple words about feeds, about in general strategy in Google Ads, like in different type of campaigns, and overall about comparing and about planning how to advertise. So shortly, let me show you how PMax campaigns work. In general, PMax campaigns use AI, and Google and Microsoft, both of them, try to predict customers' behavior, looking to our previous website visitors, our previous sales, and also to some data that Google and Microsoft has in their systems. Sometimes this works better, sometimes worse, and as you see, in general, Google can automatically scale some location where we have better result, or decrease some location when it's worse result. So it works automatically. Sometimes good, sometimes no, and I will show you actually how this should be and how improve efficiency of your campaigns. Firstly, about pros and cons. So in general, I'm happy that now we can see search terms, we can work with queries, we can add to negative keywords, we can control location, we can control ad schedule, because for example in 2021, if I correctly remember, you was able just choose okay, whole United States or whole Canada, and without even possibility to segment into cities or provinces or states, just general via country. Currently, we can control much more, but except still no placement, so we can't exclude some exact websites for showing, and we can't control apps showing. So in general, if PMax campaign thinks that you should have impressions in apps when people playing games or doing some other things, at this moment in summer 2025, we can't exclude showing in app, but I'm happy that we can exclude search terms, so let's start about this. Here's an example. So shortly, in PMax currently we can see where Google or Microsoft show us. We can work with search terms, we can add negative search terms, especially if we have different categories and we would like to avoid internal competition in our ads account. So in general, if you have, for example, for drills campaigns, and if you have campaigns for hammers. In general, currently you are able open, if you know that drills more important than hammers, you are able to open like hammer campaign. In hammer campaign, you can, if this is not important category or low ticket volume, you can add as negative your brand name keywords, your other ones, and also you are able to check where actually Google showing you, because maybe situations that you have, for example, 20 brands, but in general in country popular, for example, 50 brands, and there are 30 brands that you are not selling. So currently you can add all brands that you are not selling to negative keywords, and you would be able to exclude this, because if in general customer looking for exact brand or exact model, in general customer will buy in 90% this model, and paying our ads budget for teaching customer how to buy our product can be more expensive than for customer who in general looking for some category, or who actually looking for brands that you are selling. So if you didn't know that there are search terms, please check what is there. One of popular mistakes is if you have bunch of campaigns, in general they can show you as your brand name keywords, but you have important categories and less important categories, and usually it's okay for showing with brand name keywords for important categories, but often you should exclude from not important categories. Also the same with brands. If you're showing your ads with brands that actually there is no in your store, and so shortly check such terms, and I bet you will find what to optimize, what to add to negative keywords, what ideas about some products, and in general you would be able, even in this screenshot as you see, some search terms less efficient than other. Yes, currently not enough data of clicks, but in general when you will see like, okay, 100 clicks or 200 clicks and 0 sales, you would be able to work with this. Second mistake is segmentation error. Ideally, if you have different categories, you should create, like for the top priority categories, a separate campaign. For other priority, also better have separate campaigns, and rest of your products you can set in one big campaign. And in general, in this one big campaign, you would be able to add as negative your previous top priorities categories, you would be able to add as negative brand name, and you would be able to continue segmenting depending on results. Currently, I will show you couple of mistakes that actually not working. By the way, in this screenshot, as you see, for example, campaign for balcony stations, then we are able to create ad group for balcony stations. Actually, we will create a set group for balcony stations. Actually, we are able to test couple different audience signals for this category, and in this case, this works the better. But if you have just in general or no segmentation at all, or some other mistakes, it can cost you. For example, not segmentation at all, depending on your market. For example, from my experience, this is near 50 bucks in US and Canada, near 30 euros in the Europe, and in general it works okay. If you have some small budget, you can have automatically some good amount of sales. But if you would like to scale your budget and have more sales, usually Google and Microsoft both are tricky, and scaling your budget not linear scale your sales. And sometimes you can add 100% of budget and have like just plus 80% of sales. It's not good, not bad, but in general you have to control what is your break-even point according to your margin, according for your repeated sales, and know where to stop. And in general, the simpler segmentation is, if you would like to scale budget, at least add different campaigns for different cities. So for example, if you sell nationally in the USA, you can like at least choose, for example, New York State, one PMax campaign, some other popular location, another campaign, and this will help you avoid how algorithm works and how they try to show you. Because in general, if you don't have segmentation and if you scale budget, Google may think, wow, you have enough budget for search, you have budget for shopping, okay, we can show you even in apps. But with at least at least segmenting via location, you will avoid losing of your budget and you will have better results. The second segmentation mistake is chaos. In general, if one campaign structured via name, the other via category, the other with multiplying, you may have situation like different products maybe in different campaigns, and if one product is in different campaigns, you will overpay cost per click because Google will think which campaign use this or this, from which campaign Google can make more money, and this is why not okay. So in general, I recommend focusing like categories, or if you need category plus subcategory, or category plus brand, or in general this way, and all campaigns in the same structure. Like if categories are main, then categories are main everywhere. This will help you better scale your campaigns, better control your results, and have better profitability from your running campaigns. This also is not the third, but the third type of mistake that sometimes I see in campaigns. This is manual segmenting by product ID or product title, product name, or some in general ID. For example, with drills, if you would like to show like some one brand, imagine just Makita drills, and if you are going to type Makita drills and select all, so first of all, select all will not select all your real Makita drills, and you will have just 20 or 50 depending on your device from which you are creating this segmentation. So first of all, if you would like to do manual segmentation, you should scroll down to the bottom and just after click select all. This will choose all that you typed. But if you will have new Makita drill, this Makita drill will not automatically go to this campaign and to this segmentation. So better firstly segment via category, choose categories like drills and exclude all other. After add additional segmentation brand like Makita, and exclude all others. If you will use this type of strategy of segmenting, and tomorrow we'll add 5 new products, they after moderation automatically will went to this settings and you will start showing new products. So if you're doing some segmentation manually via ID or via names, this is not the best practice. Also is mistake about segmentation different products via price. So in general, this is okay that some brands has different margin, and in one sale you can earn some amount of money, in other better amount. But if you imagine, okay, let be the same drills. I like construction sphere. So let be drills, and if you would like segment via price like for $50 or $100, and if you create 2 different groups or 2 different campaigns, you will also have internal competition. So one of idea is or segment with category plus brand, and for example in this case you would be able in more expensive subcategory like add as negative cheaper brands, or you would be able just with margins even create different campaigns and focus that okay, these brands are more important, so let allow for them even showing for high volume keywords like drill buy, drill price, etc. And in other low priority campaign just for some exact not very important for your business drills, you would be able exclude all brands from top campaigns and also exclude all high volume keywords like in general about drill buying, and left just exact brands that are there. This will help you not have internal competition and have in general better results than without it. Also, let's talk a little about services businesses. Currently, Google try to push you, no matter which business you are running, to use PMax campaigns for services businesses. One of popular mistake is if you don't have CRM or if you don't have enough tracking settings for understand which lead was from which campaign. Because often there are situations when in PMax campaigns for services businesses, leads have lower quality than from search campaigns and from LSA campaigns. And in general, if you're a marketer and imagine your client has like 20 leads and from them 15 qualified leads and 10 sales. So if you will run PMax campaigns in most of services businesses without CRM, you may have situation like 50 leads. But from 50 leads, you will have maybe 17 qualified leads and maybe 11 sales or 12. But for client can be annoying to call to reach this leads if someone tell I not left this request and some other things. So run PMax for services businesses just when you have a full integration funnel like CRM, UTM parameters, you're able to export and compare marketing qualified lead cost separate from PMax campaigns, separate from search campaigns. You would, if you're able to calculate costs per acquisition per customer, just in this case for services business, run PMax campaigns. Or at least if you have some conversions like, okay, let be this form from this page, and you at least would be able to understand roughly from which pages are these leads. Because without this, you will lose money in services business. Also, one of important mistake is ignoring Google Merchant Center recommendation. For example, one of our client in 2021, when just shopping started, was no PMax campaigns, and MPN settings, MPN parameter was as recommendation. But we insisted a couple of clients to test, and for example, one client added to whole his products all these parameters. Sometimes he have to reach manufacturer and get this parameter, but in general, just simple adding in 2021 recommended parameter MPN helps to have 20% more sales with the same budget, because Google calculate quality of ads, quality of products, and the more we have in Merchant Center full data, the less we will pay for our cost per click. So in general, we will pay less for getting new customer. The same thing with reviews. For example, currently they are as recommendations, but in some moments they can be like have to be. And if you waiting like just exact date when you have to do, you will lose some time and have to do in hurry. But I recommend you checking what in general you can improve, and even nice to have improvements, nice to have improved before they started to be have to have. If you would like to check your account, feel free to reach for us. We in general able to do marketing audit, no extra cost for you. And also if you have some questions, feel free to write comments here, subscribe to us, plus also use a thumbs up button. We are talking about Google Ads, Microsoft Ads, Meta Ads, a little bit about LinkedIn ads, and also about SEO and email. So if you're not subscribed yet, you're very welcome to do it, and we are continue. Another popular mistake is too short running time campaign. Sometimes, especially when you run campaigns yourself or when you try to scale something, I understand you as entrepreneur, so as I would like to see some results, but Google firstly rely on last 14 days and last month, and secondly, also because of ping, because of GDPR and some other data, you have to run campaigns at least like 3-4 weeks, checking search terms, checking some other things, trying to optimization, but do not post fully campaign saying, okay, Google not working for you, because in general, this is like too short stopping, and there are even situations, even you post campaign, but after this you check campaign results in Google Analytics 4, and because of conversion window you will see like, okay, this campaign really was like first source medium, and like campaign not as bad as you thought previously. So in general you have little longer burn rate, ideally like 1.5 months, and this will help you. So it's not means like campaign should be not profitable at all. It means that you can do management, you can do checking search terms, you can do an optimization, but in general, the more data you have, even like not okay location, the better you would be able to exclude them, and in next period have better results even from the same amount of budget. Also, one of popular mistakes, or too low budget or too high budget. Sometimes I see accounts like 50 campaigns or 100 campaigns, but budget barely enough for 5 or 10 campaigns. So in this case, PMax will work not okay. This is not search, and in general, you will lose some amount, and you will have like a lot of campaigns with zero conversions, and this will be annoying. Also mistake if too high budget, because in general if you have like just one campaign or just two campaigns without segmentation, how Google think? Okay, you have enough budget for search results. Okay, you have enough budget for shopping results. You continue scaling, and Google, wow, okay, we can show you in all our million website partners in our Google Display Network. Oh, and also you have budget for showing in apps especially. Okay, here we are. So in general, every campaign should have some conversions. Google says like ideally 30 conversions, but even 10 conversions per month is okay. And if some other campaigns works better, but in general, if some of your campaigns like have just 1 or 2 sales per month, this is not okay, and better segment them to close via margin or via general idea type, and they will work better. Also, one of mistake is feed optimization. So shortly, feed is like Excel file, CSV, spreadsheet, etc. Some sort of table, some sort of connector, and feed can be like via API, even via Google Spreadsheet, and in general works. You have your website, you have via feed data transfer into Google Merchant Center, and from Google Merchant Center to Google Ads campaigns, and in Google Ads you can use the information in shopping campaigns, Google standard shopping campaigns, or performance max campaigns. The same thing in Microsoft. Currently Google can automatically scrap your website and can add missed values or missed parameters. There is advantages and disadvantages of it. One of disadvantage, imagine you have fresh new built shop, and you put some data in your feed, and Google can scrap, and if your site not indexed well, Google can even restrict your account and saying like, you have different price in your feed with price in your website, because if website is new, if not SEO work, not okay optimization, not okay indexing, and Google try to compare, like not from compare that data. Sometimes, especially in Magento, when you have developers and when Google has some different ideas and different best to have ideas, or if you have some other sort of restrictions, sometimes like even adding like color or size parameter takes you some amount of weeks, and in this some amount of weeks you can not have enough sales. So just for information, there is thing that calls feed transformation in general, and via Google rules feed transformation in Merchant Center, you are able, even using Google Spreadsheet, create column like product ID, create column like length or color or some other attribute you would like to add. So you even don't need developer to quickly fix something. Yes, ideally you should put task for responsible people, but if you're a marketer and if you see that your account can be restricted, and if there are some other responsible people, and if you know like time frame is very important for you, you can quickly fix it yourself and not wait developers or some other things. Some platforms like Shopify has direct integration via API, and in general there works little better than in WooCommerce or Magenta or some other platform. So it depends what you're using, but in general, no matter what you're using, you can fix it via Google Spreadsheet yourself without developing skills. Also, one of important mistake is relying just on PMax. One of big disadvantage of PMax is after long vacations, after long holidays, for example, independent days, people less Googling your products, or New Year, people less Googling your products, or some other important holidays, and in some case Google can lose how ideal customer looks, and it will cost you like learning, and you will have to decrease PMax campaigns, create shopping campaigns, create search campaigns, wait sometimes for the learning after return, and gamble with it. So I recommend, first of all, calculate different campaigns with different results. And yes, this is okay if shopping campaigns, for example, may be less performance than performance max campaigns, but it also depends on your optimization. Or if you think that why I need the search campaigns, I have PMax and PMax showing in search. Yes, PMax showing on search, but after holidays, PMax can stop showing in search. Also, if PMax automatically showing in search, you are not able to control your headlines, your descriptions. You are not able to quickly see your quality score, your ad quality score, your quality score in page, and compare these numbers like separate in search, separate in shopping. So in general, I recommend to have at least search brand name, but ideally also for your top priority categories, search campaigns. So you will cover search view by search campaigns in general requests, and PMax will help you with automatically data like DSA if your customer looking for exact product name, so you don't have to do manual job yourself, and at least in general like category or category plus brand will be enough. Also, I recommend you have at least your own remarketing campaigns, like regular remarketing, like display remarketing. Also, as might as well, you may have search remarketing. One of the reasons why, because PMax relies on your customer's behavior, and idea of PMax trying to predict where your ideal customer is. But if you allow just PMax using your remarketing and not have your regular remarketing, for PMax it would be easier to get your ideal customer. So let Google work and find himself after your marketing what other place where your ideal customer is, and this strategies will help you better and optimize campaigns and not put all eggs in one basket. If you're not reached yet, feel free to open marketing link and left request or write in chat. We can help you with personal audit of your Google Ads or Microsoft Ads or even SEO Meta Ads account, and we can show you ways of improving and what actually can help you in scaling your sales. And yes, we also will provide you idea how we see your optimization and what terms can be. So feel free to reach, no insistence from our side, and if you decided this moment go yourselves, it's okay. We have cases when clients were really impressed with audits or referred us to their friends, and this is great for long-term value. So feel free to open marketing link and return it for the ninth mistake. Ninth mistake is lack of audience signals and in general no optimization of them. So PMax little changed was audiences, after start became signals, currently signals of audience. So firstly, currently we are able to firstly to choose interest. Also we can use custom audience. It's custom audience. We can use we can use data and target users who are similar to our website users, or we even can use some other websites data. We can use some exact categories like from Walmart, Amazon, or whatever you wish, other your competitors, and you can say Google, like Google, please use this website and find me users who are similar for users who are visiting this website. And Google actually, yes, you can run competitor-based campaigns, not just in general using the brand names in search campaigns, but you're able also use this as audience. You can use as audience even users who are similar for users who have installed some exact app in Play Store or even in iOS, depends in which type of platform you created. So in general, you should check and you should use and you should experiment with audiences, because if we are talking, for example, about let's return to the drills, sorry, construction sphere and the rest one. So in general, you can think, okay, your audience is DIY customers who would like to improve their homes. Okay, your other audience can be maybe professional builder or not professional, but also depends of exact type of product, type of brand, and what actually using. You can think, okay, also maybe someone who like some other has as hobby, or you can think that, okay, this may be like drill, this is not really just construction spheres, maybe someone just moved and may need this thing. So you can brainstorm, ask AI and some other stuff and create you like 5, 6, 7 different ideas what is your audience. Also you can might as well add as audience based on search keywords. So for example, if someone looking on YouTube how to drill something, this customer will be in this audience, and you can catch them using based on such terms custom audiences setting. So in general, if you don't have nothing in PMax campaigns or have just like one of them, you can improve this and scale and have more. And the last if from popular mistake is in general about calculating and relying for data. So times when you can put some amount of money and have immediate like 5 or 10 times return are not now, and currently we have to calculate what our custom customer, what amount of customer in general, like 1 year's journey, will customer return for with repeated purchase and some other stuff. And in general you'll also have to think, okay, which products we have, where is better ROAS. Maybe some of categories are really independent and profitable even right now, but some of categories may be not profitable enough, but not because of even pay-per-click mistakes, but in general because of competition, because of even Amazon, Walmart, Best Buy can just skyrocket cost per click, and if you are selling some electronics, for you would be hard to compete with these brands, because they can afford like unlimited budget, and no matter what cost they will compete one with other. And if you are selling electronics, you should specify in some like subcategories or categories plus brand or some other, and find your ideal piece of pie. So in general, one of popular ideas like, okay, PMax campaign has better results, let's pause all search. So this is not works. If even search campaigns are profitable, even a little, okay, let them be active. If PMax works better, okay, then scale more and find maximum point where you can scale them. If you run just Google ads and not run Bing ads, in the USA Bing ads, so first of all Microsoft ads continue Bing, Yahoo and AOL, and totally they are near 8 or 9% of the USA market. So in general, if you're spending like 20 grand to Google ads, you can might as well spend 3, 5, 6 even in Bing ads, and where lower competition. So In general, idea is that calculate the different cost per lead, cost per acquisition per customer, and calculate for different type of campaigns. So if search works, let them be active. If PMax works, let them be active. If you scaled on and look to extend a location or some product categories or some systems, and check what actually you can find more for having more sales. Thank you for seeing. I hope this video helps you. Feel free to put like, to subscribe to channel, to write your comments. I'm answering for all of them. Also, feel free to reach us, and was nice to see you again. We are talking about pay-per-click, SEO, paid social. Have a good day.